What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dad's Expensive Hobby.
What's up?
Today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends, the Fantastic Four First Steps, The Thing. This one finally come in. This makes the third of this wave that I'm getting to do a video on. They all seem to be coming in one at a time in the mail, so we're kind of going to have to piecemeal them out, so to speak, as far as reviews go. But let's jump right in. Same exact packaging as the other two. Nice window on the front, you know, the blue and white color scheme. And again, it is images from the movie on the side. And again on the back. This being a movie, I'm not going to trip about it too bad, but I do wish they would use figure product images. Anyways, let's get this thing out of the package and take a closer look at him. All right, fresh out of the box, I gotta say, he looks pretty decent. Not too shabby. But we'll talk about that here in a second. Let's get him measured up real quick, because he's kind of big. He's kind of heavy, at least compared to the other ones. To the top of his head, he is right at about 6 3/4 inches, which would make the entire figure 17 centimeters or so. I feel like the thing should be a little bit bigger. Maybe, I don't know, but I mean, he is bigger and he's definitely heavier. He has some heft, and I like a big hefty kind of figure. But let's take a look at his aesthetic, because he doesn't look too shabby. The sculpt of all this like thing rock stuff looks pretty good. I like it. There is some shading, maybe a subtle wash or dry brush. I can't really tell because of all the way all the jagged edges are on him. It's not everywhere. It's mostly on his head right here, which looks good. Through the torso, on the front of the body, and on the arms. I like it, at least the front and some of the side of the arms. There is none on the back of the figure.
You get nothing.
So that kind of sucks. That's a little bit lazy, in my opinion. But oh, and the fact that the other two figures from this wave have had some significant paint issues. Hopefully we don't run into that with him. There's a nice matte finish on the blue parts. Tons of detail in the legs, just like the other figures. None of that shading down here on the feet, unfortunately. That would have been kind of cool. And none on the hands. The hands don't have any of it either, so it's mostly just the head and up through here and stuff. So that sucks just a little bit. Sorry, bear with me a second. My camera is kind of dancing around and it is really trying my patience. There we go. Anyways, so paint that's on the belt looks okay. It's got that black glossy paint like the other two figures around the edge, and it's done okay. A little bit of faux pas right through here, if you can see that, so that kind of sucks, but it's not a big deal. He's got 2 4s on his legs, and they're done all right. Down here on the pants legs, like I guess the bottom, like the cuff of them, he has some white with some silver, whatever this is. A little bit of paint jack up right through here down at the bottom of the pants legs on that leg. And more of the same right here on this leg. So that kind of sucks. We're 3 for 3 with some paint screw-ups on this one. That irritates me a little bit. I do want to point out, like, you know how the other two had a wrist bracelet? Theirs was on their left wrist. His is on his right, but he has one and it's just bare gray plastic. They didn't do anything special for it. Just wanted to point that out. But overall, he does look pretty good. Like his torso, like through here, this chest piece right here, that is soft plastic. So that's pretty cool. I'm hoping that actually aids in his articulation a little bit. But let's take a look at his accessories super quick, because he don't come with shit. He comes with this one head sculpt right here. That doesn't look too bad. I like it. I like the shape of it. It's not too big for the head. And this like eyebrow piece right here is a separate piece, if you can see the crease right through there. So I like that, and it's a little bit darker of a plastic, so it gives some like differentiation. I like that. And he comes with 4 hands, 2 bare bones fist hands right here that look okay. They could just use some shading. And he comes with like 2 open hands. One hand here is like a gripping hand, again, for shit that he doesn't grip. He doesn't have anything to grip, but you know, he has it, so whatever. And then another just kind of open hand. And like I said, the sculpt looks good. They need some paint on them, but other than that, and that's it. So he's getting a D. I'm not going to give him a full-on F because they don't look horrible, but that's a D for the accessories for sure. So that kind of sucks, I guess. But overall, like with the aesthetic, he doesn't look bad. He actually looks pretty good. And like I said, he's nice and hefty. Let's compare him to some other figures really quick. Let's stand him next to Sue Storm real quick, if I can get her. And he's a lot bigger than her, and he should be, and that looks pretty good, I suppose. Let's stand him next to her brother Johnny. And they look pretty good. He's a lot taller than Johnny, and he is absolutely supposed to be. And let's stand him next to a couple of other figures that are bigger characters for a second. Let's stand him next to the Joe Fix-It Hulk, because this isn't like a super big Hulk, but he towers over the Thing. I always felt like Thing was a little bit bigger, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But they still look pretty good, and this is still a nice hefty figure, so I like it thus far. And let's stand him next to the Jada Toys Street Fighter Blanka. And they are pretty much the exact same height. And I like that because Blanka's kind of a big figure. And that should tell you right there that, the fact that that Thing didn't get any accessories, even though he costs the same as Johnny Storm and Sue Storm, tells you they're just being cheap, because Blanka here was $30, this was $25, this is $30, and this comes with a hell of a lot more accessories than this does. So it has nothing to do with the size of the figure, is why he didn't come with anything. They were just being cheap.
You're goddamn right.
Let's stand him next to the Storm Arena Ken from Street Fighter Alpha 3 or whatever, and they look really good. And let's stand him next to a 7-inch line just to see how he kind of measures up to Superman here. And he is shorter than Superman, and I guess he should be, at least for the scales of figures that they come from. That looks pretty good. And one more. Let's stand him next to the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat Reptile, and that looks pretty good. And I want to stand him next to Cyclops, because Cyclops was taller than the other two. I want to see how their heights kind of measure up. He is taller than Cyclops by quite a bit, but they still look pretty good next to each other. Anyways, let's move into his articulation, because I've kind of got high hopes for it. Let's start with his head. His head will look down pretty good. Look up halfway decent. It'll look up past just looking up straight out to the side. And you get lots of nuance and stuff. My, I wonder what that could be from. Let's pop his head off. Ho! He's on a double ball peg. Why he gets a double ball peg and the other two don't, I don't know, but I love it. And that is why his head moves around, and you can do pretty much whatever you want with it. So good job, Hasbro, with that one. Shoulders will go out to 90. That looks pretty good. I like it. Full rotation. They did not tear up this sculpt with a butterfly joint. And honestly, it would be nice to see his hands come a little closer together than this. That's kind of you know what I mean? But I like it regardless. He's got a floating bicep here, if you can see this, just kind of like how those Hulks are. So, but it works. Got a single jointed elbow that you can get to 90. So that's pretty good right there for a big old rock man arm. That's not too bad. And the elbow doesn't look too crappy. I mean, I'm not in love with it, but it doesn't look horrible. And the wrists are on a hinge like normal. Now, he's got a diaphragm brake. This is neutral. Going forward, he'll go forward a degree or two. So that's not awesome, but it's not terrible. But he'll lean back, just like the other two. He will lean back real well. And there's no gapping. Little bit of shelf, but not really, because he's a big, chunky, thick dude anyway. So I kind of like that. And you get plenty of lean and twist and all that good stuff from that ball peg system that's up in there. So I like that. All three figures have had a decent diaphragm joint on them. Now, he has got a waist swivel, and I do not like that, because yet again, they wasted an opportunity to put a nice ball peg down here and really give us some nice waist articulation, but whatever. Hips. He will do pretty much a full split. Why do the two male figures that we've looked at so far have better range of motion than the female figure, which is like the slimmest of the three figures in the hips? I don't know, but I like that pretty well. They've all got the same setup in the hip joint. He'll do a front kick, pretty decent. That's actually better than the Hulk figures that we have. Now, he's got some thing booty, so no kickback whatsoever. I always kind of hate that, but whatever. He's got a thigh swivel. That thigh swivels. Pinless double jointed knee. Pretty darn good range, and the proportion isn't bad. I don't like that, that pinless look because it just looks all cut out around the knee, but I'm going to quit crying about it. No shin swivel. Ankle is a hinge, and it'll go down all the way. See how it goes up. Not too bad, not fantastic, but not too bad. I like it, get it, fantastic. But it goes up enough, I guess, a click or two. And you get plenty of ankle rocker. I personally feel like it's a little too steep, but you do get it. Has peg holes in the bottoms of the feet and no toe hinge. So honestly, I'd say that this bengrimm figure, the thing, moves better than the other two figures, in my personal opinion. His hips are really good. His shoulders and elbows are good, ankles are good, and he's got a great neck joint. So I would say he's better than them, and I gave them C's. He didn't get shit for accessories, so that kind of bums me out just a little bit. I will give him... I actually do like this figure, and he's got some purposeful paint, and his paint, where regular paint on the uniform is all fucked up. I'll give him a B-. Plenty of room for improvement, particularly in the accessories department. But this isn't a bad figure. By and large, the best one of the three so far. So B- for the thing here. If you have not subscribed to the channel, pause the video, scroll down, click subscribe, give us a like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And with all that said, this has been Dad with Dad's Expensive Hobby, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.